Fala galera, sejam bem-vindos ao meu canal, espero que vocês tenham gostado do último vídeo. Vamos agora para o Memória, né? Busca os pertences pessoais do Fuso no refúgio secreto dele, perto do Pordeval, no brejo da Draga. Vamos lá fazer a memória, depois a gente faz isso daqui. Vamos fazer memória.
Not to complain, but there's actually too much magic out here.
Like a thick fog when it really settles in.
É aqui que eu gostava de ficar? Será?
That might be Isla's secret refuge. It's actually not too far from Lucia's workshop. Isla dedicated her life to restoring the Arks. Darm's right. We will need to continue her research. But for now, what might she consider sacred for the Rite? A toy Archon. That's sweet. Darm, do you think this could work for the Rite of Ashes?
It's perfect.
Huh. Isla also had a copy of On the Workings of Archons, marked with annotations, just like Lucia's. I'm losing you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Weird. The scry was cutting out.
Strange. At any rate, the book could be useful. Once you've completed the ritual, I'll take a look.
Você vai morrer, cara. Bom.
A letter from the Axel. I should take it back to her.
Agora eu tenho que ir pra alta de Neutron. Mas é onde? Vira sacra, ok. Cara, que isso aqui é sensacional. Isso aqui tinha que ter sido usado no começo do jogo, velho. Não agora.
That's as far as I can push the scry.
Veio dessa volta toda.
I'll need to place the toy ark on the high pyre. Sad to burn such a sweet toy. Now to collect the ashes. Though the flame abates and the ash grows cold, let she who worshipped you rest in eternal warmth.
Beautiful, Brynn.
I'm sure I will.
There it is again. The scry is cutting in and out. Dom? Aurea?
We're... Can you hear me now?
You're back.
While you bring the ashes to Cassidon's hold, I'll analyze the scry. Something strange is afoot.
Tem algo bem errado. Estranho. Pera, tem uma carta pra entregar.
Hey, I can't imagine how you...
I am broke. Everyone wants a piece.
Because you're in...
For now, without you,
You can't... I know...
the funeral one day.
Não tem nada de carta. A carta deve ser entregue aqui, ó. Junto.
I performed the rite, and I brought you the ashes.
Thank you, Brynn. Isla admired you.
It's not how she would have wanted things.
Enough! I know you're grieving. We all are. But you are no longer the Eye. And you owe Brynn a thank you. And an apology for that matter. And probably not only has she gone out of her way to perform the rite for your daughter, but none of which she would ever have had to do if it weren't
For my actions! I know! It's all my fault. I should have been there. Not at the temple. And I should have stayed. The way she looked at me when I left her there. I could fill a city with my mistakes. I should have supported her work. I should never have lied to her. My regrets will drown me.
Maybe they should.
Maybe they should.
My mother used to say, you can drown in your grief. It is unfair that you lost a child. I am so sorry that happened to you. You can spend the rest of your days counting the ways you failed your daughter. Or you can dedicate every breath you have left to her.
How?
Just do one small thing a day. Start by helping us finish the work you wish you...
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. But there is one thing. It's called the Ark of Verdance. An enchantress named Lucia de Crassus built it.
Lucia.
Consider it a thank you.
O arquivo do Verdor. Eu consigo entrar aqui agora?
You're going to speak to the Talon?
I don't expect to get much out of...
Be careful. And while
I just have to find out what I can.
it's a risk worth...
Ah, a garra é aqui? Ah, a garra é aqui.
My light. I remember the day you were born, vividly. When I held you, my heart was so full it threatened to break. And I know your mother felt this. For all her flaws, she would be so proud of you. I am so proud.
You deserved better from him. But that was probably all he's capable of, come to think of it. We all deserved.
What will you do now?
Take care of my people. Someone needs to. And you? You're going to try to fix the arcs.
The arc we followed through the Veil. We have no idea, or even how it got us in here. If we're ever going to stand a chance.
I wish I could help, but arcs were islands. That arc allowed you to pass safely through the tangles. If you're going to try to fix it,
it's too great an advantage to ignore. I'll keep you up.
Tá, tem mais alguma coisa pra olhar? Tá, vamos falar com o Dan sobre as anotações. Vamos lá falar com o Dan.
Dom, the interference I'm experiencing during expeditions is there any chance our scry is degrading like the ones belonging to the...
No. I'm positive this is something else entirely. We have the means to test for degradation, and there is none.
As long as it doesn't give out on us.
However, I have taken a look at the Spindle's copy of the workings of Archons, and thankfully, and her notes are significantly less paranoid.
About that, Kenrick Stanold told me that Lucia wasn't just tinkering with the Ark, she built it. The Ark of Verdance.
That is quite the revelation.
That was all Kenrick could tell me. Oh, Sev mentioned that Kenrick had been feeding Isla information about a failsafe for the sword. Could the Ark of Verdance be the fix she was working on without realizing it?
Yes. Yes! That could be it. Genius, Brynn. On my side, I dug into her notes. She was working on a way to fully she was so close to a schematic, intricate, elaborate, masterful. And Solar has the final design ready. Essentially, we'll be creating a power core for the Ark. Most notably, we'll need a special part. This is the final key for an Ark to be functional on its own without a Weaver channeling magic.
If we had built a power core earlier...
She only made this discovery in the final days of her life. Through researching her research even theorizes that using one's own magic to power an Ark...
So she knew she was going to die at the Grand Gate?
She knew exactly what would happen, and did it anyway.
We can't let it be in vain. So, then the Ark of Verdance is our failsafe. She
suspected it was kept in the Archon's hearth, stored near natural coral deposits for...
Ok, no Lar dos Arcontes. Não, ele deixa pra depois.
What the?
Brynn, what's...
Aurea, the scry has been compromised by the Surgeborn. Stay off it.
Compromised is such a strong word. I just want to talk.
Quer conversar, bicho safado. My region, after all.
Like I would tell you.
Whatever plan you've concocted, it would be best if we work together.
murdered my friend.
Technically, I didn't touch her. It isn't my fault she lacked the stamina to follow through on what she started.
É lá embaixo. Tem algo aqui.
There's a lot of coral here. I must be getting close to where the Enclave stored shaped bars. Will the Surgeborn know our plan when I pick it up? I guess that's a risk I need to take.
Bar-shaped coral. You and I have such similar taste in treasure. Whatever you're planning to do with that is nothing compared to what we could accomplish if we put our minds together.
I can manage well enough on my own.
You could do so much more than planned.
The arcane foundry. Every archon was assembled and enchanted here.
Eu vou voltar, eu tô tentando ver se eu acho alguma coisa. Mas aparentemente...
The Surgeborn in the Howling Jail somehow has access.
We know. I can feel it in there with me.
The good news is, as far as we can tell, it only has access when you're... At most, it seems to cause interference when you're above ground. We don't think it can listen in.
Until we can block its presence, best to keep use of the scry to a minimum.
Aurea, I could feel the Surgeborn too.
Doesn't feel great.
The kind of nausea that only comes from the wind being knocked.
It takes a lot out of me to stay connected to you when it's present, let alone speak.
That must be why there's interference.
What you're both describing... It makes me wonder if the Eye was under a deeper influence from the Surgeborn.
How so?
We assumed he was merely manipulated into a foolhardy plan, but... What if...
I could believe it. But if that's the case, then we need to limit Brynn's exposure to it through the scry.
And yours.
I don't think it's me the Surgeborn wants to influence. From the...
Weavers need a physical connection to the scry to communicate, either by wearing the earpiece or touching the scroll. The Surgeborn doesn't have either. So how is it connecting to...
Well, let's start with what we know. The imprisoned Talon was able to convince Stanild to open the... But the Herald was there and waiting. It was not surprised at all, despite the Scout's distractions. Ergo, the Herald and Talon were communicating somehow. Yet the Talon had been... Would it not be reasonable to suggest the Surgeborn can communicate with one another using... Or worse, perhaps they can share thoughts needing no magic at all.
A single shared consciousness.
The implications are... frankly staggering, but it is the only explanation I can... And if I'm correct, it's not such a leap to imagine creatures like this, or perhaps a creature.
Let's hear it. How bad is all this?
The scry is a complex piece of Weaver enchantment. That this Surgeborn has broken in is...
We still don't know exactly what it wants, but if it continues to infiltrate our constructs, this could mean an all-out war.
War?
Imagine they gain control of the Enclave's arcs. Sure, they're dangerous now, but with a sentient strategist behind them. They could storm the Maida in a couple of hundreds.
You think the Surgeborn's interests expand beyond the
With an enemy as calculated as this, best to assume the worst.
All right. How are we going?
The reason Aurea can sense the Surgeborn presence on the scry is likely because it's wielding magic to communicate. The same way Aurea's mantle pulls magic from the... However, unlike Aurea, the Surgeborn can't pull magic from the air around it. Otherwise, it would be talking to you...
But it can only reach me when I'm...
Where the tangles are most dense. We need to cut off its access to raw magic.
That's where the Spindle comes in. Thanks to her, we finally have the missing piece to get our escort here running.
It was a failsafe in the case that the source needed to be repaired. The Ark of Verdance will create a safe bubble against the tangles, which would be the natural consequence of any failure of the source.
Just like it did with the Veil.
Exactly. But without the crushing weight that caused it to fail.
So, the plan. We get the Ark to the source, it stabilizes the Enclave.
Or at the very least, starts the process.
If the Herald waiting down there doesn't destroy it, I'll need to take it down. If this plan is good.
That sounds dangerous.
It might be a risk worth taking.
We have to. The Enclave is overflowing with raw magic, and this source is clearly the root. Too many tangles have led to the floods. They allow the Surgeborn to communicate, and without the source under control, we will...
Then that's our plan. We build a power core, then we speak to the Axle.
I'll join you at Cassidon's Hold.
Ok. Essa para só criar um núcleo de energia.
And with this power core, we can fix our Ark of Verdance. I think this is what they call a...
Lately, I feel like I've been running in circles.
Hey, I know things look bleak, but this? Don't let the Talon rob you of it. You're finishing her work, after all.
You're right.
I always am. Now, I think you've got a meeting.
Tá, vamos ver com o Sev aqui. Porque... tô com medo de a gente terminar e não olhar as outras coisas.
It was terrifying. You didn't get to voice an opinion with the others. Are we...
All circumstances aside, Solar and I said we had your back, and it paid off.
I knew something was wrong the moment that thing started talking to me when Stanild wasn't around. It was very focused on you.
Me?
So much so that it said the only way the plan would succeed was if it reeked of trap. I didn't survive a decade around Tarzan Norians without picking up when someone's holding...
But you still took me down there.
Sorry. An educated risk. I felt there was nothing it could do and wanted the whole band to hear it.
And Stanild wouldn't use one.
The Talon was his deepest secret. Whom would...
Can you tell me more about Stanild's plans for once he went through the Grand...
He was counting on Isla. She was exceptional at protective fields. But even the Talon had convinced him he'd be able to survive, and... fool that he was, he trusted it. We can't, but... I have a theory. You know...
Right. The Aeroliths.
What else do we see on Exactly.
You think the Aeroliths are able to affect raw magics?
I do. And in Stanild's private records and designs.
You think the Norians were involved in their creation?
It would certainly explain why Tarza had such access to Aerolith, if I'm right. This might be the key.
Fewer tangles means less dead me. Absolutely. Where do we start?
You'll need to head to the Watersmith area of the Institute. And I'll guide you from there.
Tá. Vamos caçar os documentos lá. que... Acho que vai dar ruim se eu não usar esse documento aí.
See those massive pipes running along the roof? Norian design. I recognized them earlier, and they prompted my investigation into the Norians and the Enclave.
I can see why Stanhill chose you as his lackey. You have a clearer thought beneath all that matted fur.
This should be the place, Brynn. You're looking for tablets with a circle marked by 6 dots. They'll look blank, but I'll be able to read them when you bring them back.
Why not bring them to me instead? Think of what we could do.
Pass.
That's one of them, Brynn. I hoped they would still be down here.
What should we expect?
The Norians were experimenting without informing the Enclave on the aerolifts. They wanted them to do more than just moderate the weather. They wanted to control it.
Hold on, hold on.
Can't stretch the scry any further. I've got you.
Eu tô lascado.
That's hold on.
Tô lascado, cara. Pelo menos eu consegui voltar pra cá, mas eu vou salvar, ver se não vai dar ruim. Eu vou salvar, não dá pra salvar. Enfim. Tem algo aqui. Isso que eu tô olhando. E aí, cara? No combate com quem, cara?
That should be enough for us to piece their research together, Brynn.
How delightful. But Fussy One has you running his errands. And lo, he is pleased.
Shush. Will I be learning how Norians hide their information, Sev?
Yes. And if word gets out, we're both going to be hunted.
The best knowledge is always dangerous.
I like this one.
Então tá, né? Vamos lá.
I shouldn't be surprised the Norians use a fluid to conceal their... It's ingenious, really. An acid of sorts that can etch the writing into the metal invisibly. It's like a legible rust. And yet, after you're done...
Medium aside.
As Sev expected, research on the aeroliths. It's a bit outside my speciality.
And how are we feeling about...
It's not like I've never kept things from my friends, and I generally keep them from my family, so... But I don't keep them from the band. Anyway.
Lane said I should talk to you about the plates we found for Sev.
Perhaps you could walk with... I have already passed my notes on. I wanted to ask how you're doing with regards to Sev.
I feel for him. He's had to struggle with hiding that kind of strain. Can't have been easy.
I agree. Our friend has been so kind to think of him first. But please don't forget, you are the one out there with her life. You have your struggles too. There is a Brynn out there who wasn't deceived by, wasn't forced into the role of point so early, for that matter.
I promise you, I'm okay.
Ultimately, I will say this. There was a time in my life Sev is handling it better than I did. He's not angry or bitter. Commendable, really. It's kind of you to help him. I'm sure he appreciates it more than he'll ever be able to say. Sev already has my notes.
Para consegue sobre as descobertas de Dan.
Exciting news, Brynn.
You figured out how to clear the sword?
Nothing quite that far along, but as I suspected, the Norians were doing experiments, not to just stabilize the weather, but...
Which is pretty much what we're seeing the aeroliths do.
I honestly think that these experiments, left unattended, are likely contributed to the floods as well, though I suspect Asylum was the larger cause there. Regardless, if I can pick up where their research left off, we might have a solution.
What did the Norians stand to gain? Control?
Their power base has always been in Taza, where the deserts need water to grow. Imagine being able to withhold rain or worsen heat at a whim. The kind the worst parts of the...
If we succeed, will we be able to...
I hope so, in time. But the system has been out of control for years. For now, I want to focus on our immediate problem of the sword.
Did your research say anything about miasma and tangles?
No. Those phenomena are too new to be in the records you recovered.
What will it take to move from might have a solution to definitely have a solution?
The research you recovered focused on using It used those patterns to briefly...
Use flame magic to tilt...
Yes, exactly. And they had some success with it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but too bad
There's one, and Dharm already managed to recover some.
But not enough?
Oh, absolutely enough. You've been working hard. I needed an exquisite resonance from all three types of magic. And
That's fantastic.
We're going to combine them with the Norians' notes and Dharm's studies of the Herald. I gave the design to Sola. She said it should be doable, but wants your approval on which material.
If this could pull miasma out of the source,
It's the most promising lead I have.
Agora é com ela.
That was one of the most complicated things.
No.
No, it was fine.
You do make a...
I know.
No more learning to smith.
Now. I'm not saying that. Which brings me to the question of the hour. You were already a Norian.
Rambralem.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
That's a cultural thing for you.
Oh, you know. But yes, Sola. I'm sorry. I was afraid if you dug too...
And they don't like people digging.
No, they truly don't.
And this is your intricate doodad. I cannot wait to see what it does.
Pressione a criação do serve no mercado da Baixa de Neuvron. Ok. É muito bom para passar do comover.
This Herald should be perfect, Brynn.
Right. Done.
That's all we needed. The others have been helping me with a little project on the side. A surprise for you.
No hints.
See?
What's all this, big guy?
The culmination of all our efforts, Brynn.
He wanted it to be a surprise.
Consider me impressed. But
He hasn't told you?
As Casman said, I wanted it to be a surprise.
Sev, we all do better work with context.
Yeah. You're a weaver now.
It's the culmination of a Norian dream. But unlike them, no. I'm going to change.
form.
Yes. It will take some resources, so let's be judicious, but yes. We can check.
So all those patterns
Critical to calibrating things. Whether the creatures have been exposed to so many wild environmental swings.
And that's what Dom was helping with?
Everyone has helped Brynn. No politics, no backstabbing.
Good. All that stuff wastes.
You said this will take resources.
Nothing so...
Brynn, you've got enough to worry about. Let us sort it. We'll treat it just... Maybe I end up trading with the Hearthsiders. Maybe...
Well, this is incredible.
It's... Well, it's not simple for me. But for you, I'll keep it simple. The aerolifts are all connected. And the device we created will let me give them a... Let's call...
We've run some limited tests, and everything holds up.
And we'll give you quite the edge. Imagine tossing a drought when a frost creature is hunting.
It can affect my asthma, too, yes?
Yes, it can. If we can clear you a path somehow to the source. We know the Ark of Verdance should be able to give you a clear workspace.
For machinery repair, and...
Exactly. Now you need to find a way to reach the source. And I need to find...
Muito bom. Muito bom. Tá, a gente faz o seguinte, a gente termina aqui. Porque eu sei que tem essa missão aqui, cara. Mas tem outras aqui. Deixa eu ver. Mas não deve ser a última ainda não. Espero. Vamos ver. Eu acho que eu tô no capítulo 6, né? No ato 6. É o ato 6 que eu tô. Vamos ver.
Khan Artime, my Weaver Band has repaired the arc we followed through the Veil and discovered its true purpose.
To nullify the tangles at the source so it can be repaired.
Its anti-magic properties are why we were able to follow it through the Veil in the...
I see.
If we could get it to the source, we believe it could stabilize the
Except the Grand Gate was broken when the Ark pushed the...
Surely there must be another way to...
Now that it's repaired, couldn't this Ark be used to leave the Enclave?
In theory...
What are you saying, Khan Artime?
It's time for someone to protect my people. I need to use that...
You would leave with the Surgeborn running loose? Or worse, allow them to spread and wreak havoc across the...
No one has succeeded in stopping them yet. We've been trapped inside the Enclave for decades. It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
Is shoving problems under the rug truly the Enclave's legacy? Because it's a pattern at this point.
Agreed. Your people?
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scry. It's learning how to use our enchantments against... If we don't put a stop to this madness, how long until they overtake the Arcs? Or bring down the Veil and spread across...
That is still. Let's be clear. Even if you could reach the source, there's a massive Surgeborn...
I'll be ready for the Herald this time.
And what are you going to do about all the tangles? Punch them before they disintegrate?
We will leverage the aeroliths to control miasma at the source. We think this will clear a path so that I can escort...
Interesting. You've put more thought into this than I'd expect. As you've said, you have no way to reach...
Fine. Our plan has a few...
More than a few.
How about this? If you can just give us time to present you with the final plan, it'll be your call whether or not we move forward on it.
I suppose that's fair. I can't pack up this stronghold in a day.
One more thing. It's clear by now the Enclave hides its secrets well. If there's any information on the source,
There are private records that can only be accessed with the Eye's signet. I suppose he's not using it.
Brynn did just save your people from certain death not too long ago.
Fine. You can borrow it. You should find information at the Spire in Upper Denevron, the Bastion.
We'll arrange a meeting with you when we're ready.
Good luck.
Sinete do olho. Isso aqui é o quê?
You.
Hello to you too. Why don't you try...
How do you have access to our scry?
Magic.
Seriously?
Your scry is connected to gloom gates and by extension the tapestry, which spans all through the under... No system is impenetrable. I found a way in.
I want you out of my ear. Now.
And yet you came back to see me.
You're impossible.
Tá, então a gente tem que ir no pináculo, no circuito oriental do Instituto e no baluarte. Mata de Nevron.
Records on the construction and maintenance of grand gates across the Enclave.
Bora no instituto. Interpretação oriental no círculo. Tá. É.
That's the eyes signet. Did you know it can reveal the Enclave's secrets? Not that I needed it to pry into the eye's darker truths. Let me guess. You're trying to find another way to reach the source. I'm all for it. We'll be able to speak more easily then.
Ugh, I'm sick of your voice already.
Such impoliteness is unbecoming of you. Didn't your parents raise you to be a nice, respectful girl? I gathered from how the eye spoke of his own daughter that those are the core values your kind instills in them.
Last time we went looking for answers in the Bastion. Half the documents were torn to shreds. What else were they hiding behind the eye's signet?
Vamos lá. Casa-mata da guarnição do Luar. Guarnição é ali, cara. Ali embaixo. Lá embaixo. cada chá, hein? Deixamos.
Looks like research that's been compiled on the ecological and geographic impact of the surge across the Enclave's landscape. There's an entire section on the widening of the Great Chasm.
Vamos lá, compilar no link.
Hope you're not afraid of diving into bottomless pits.
Hardly. Maybe a little.
Despite the Grand Gates no longer functioning, there is a more direct way to reach by dropping straight down into a rift in lower...
You know, last time I wanted to charge into a restricted area.
People change. Maybe I've learned a thing or two about calculated risk-taking from you. And the prospect of securing...
With this knowledge and Sev's plan to control the miasma with the aeroliths, I'll get all...
Perfect.
All right, everyone. Let's give Khan Arteme the rundown.
Using the aeroliths, I can trigger a miasma everywhere they affect above ground.
It is advised that your people remain indoors during this process.
The miasma will flow from the source, which will lessen the raw magic enough to keep Brynn safe.
And how is she going to get there without...
She'll drop in through the rift in Lower Denev.
Skies? Of course she will.
Don't worry. I've got plenty of experience.
Once she's in the underworks, she'll stay within the Ark's protective field and follow it to the source where it will fulfill its purpose, to pacify the Tangles.
And what about the Herald?
That's where you're going to need to trust me.
You really think you can do this?
When I doubt my own abilities, I just look to my band. Kaz is prepared for plans A through Z. Dharm and Sola have me armed to the teeth. Aurea is going to guide me through thick and thin. Lane knows more. Arik has brought us into your world, and Sev can control the freaking weather.
You've asked me to guide us. Now, it's time for you to trust me.
Kenrick lied to us for decades. It's hard to believe anyone who says they're going to take care of the Surgeborn now. But with how open you've been, and everything you've done for us already, we will stay and fight.
Thank you.
Brynn, I'll coordinate with Sev.
Finalmente. Pronto. E, gente, é isso. Próximo vídeo a gente continua. Foi.